So to demonstrate these and the foam and how the air work together, basically as a golfer makes a backswing, all right, this would be ideal situation, is that the golfer is able to maintain pressure throughout the big toe and in the arch of the foot. When I do that with the air feet, right, it's gonna make the air pocket move to the outstep of the foot, and that's assisted as well with the banked foam. So the foam rises in the middle and tapers to the outside. That's going to give me this inversion, right, and stability on the instep of that foot, which is where we want the pressure. In addition, we want the pressure to load in the heel, so as I push into the heel, it kicks the air into the toe box and further encourages that. All right, so again, the foam is to create that slopage to assist with that. It's higher in the arch area, as you can see there, to again create that pressure or that bank system. So to further explain this, I'll break down the difference in the swing. But one thing that's easy to demonstrate is this, one of our products here, and you can see that it's concave, right? So what this is able to do is I'm able to stabilize against the outstep of the foot as I go ahead and make dynamic movement. And the air feet have a similar but more specific aspect of what this demonstrates. So I'll break down the swing real quick. Okay, so first and foremost, when these are in my shoes, right, with the efforts to play golf in them and or train, either one, okay, at my address position, the air is going to help stabilize and center my mass, right? So if I'm on my toes, I'm going to feel the air move into the heels, and naturally as human beings, we're going to push back and level the foot. So right now I've got equal distribution of my body weight, and a flaw in golfers would be the opposite, meaning favoring too far left, too far forward in the toes, or too far back in the heels. So the foam at this point is also assisting to create that pressure through the ball and the arch of the foot, which that's the trampoline, that's the energy that's able to compress the arch and push through the big toe as we do that. So we'll talk about the swing. So again, address, neutralizing the pressure, nice and balanced as I'm here, so I can feel where centered is as I do this, right? So I'm already in a good posture, I'm athletically braced, all right, and I'm really able to almost jump out of this position. So I'm really in an athletic built position with the air assisting and those foam pieces, how they're designed to create that pressure in the arch, and again, keep the feet from rolling out, which would cause us to have a lot of issues athletically. So address we've got, as I make the backswing, right, I'm gonna feel this pressure in the instep of the foot and the big toe of this trail foot. When I do that, right, the air again moves to the outstep, which further creates a stable base, like we saw with the product, to rotate into. So this is gonna help me turn and load the hip properly, move the pressure properly, and maintain stability in that lower half as I do this, okay? So again, as I create this pressure, the foam is also assisting due to the buildup in the arch and the tapering, right? So the tapering, again, it getting higher on this side creates that feel and the position. In addition, my lead foot, okay, is also assisted to move the hip externally here, right? And this is, I'm gonna feel this because again, the raised outstep, I'm gonna be able to push the air on the instep of the foot, which then drives out the outer step of the foot. So it's really, again, that's an image that we're creating as a concave position, but we've got the foam under the arches and the dynamic air moving back and forth for feedback and for the body to react and push back, okay? So as the golfer's wearing these as well, we want that feedback. We want them to feel the air in the outstep of the foot. If they roll the foot, they're gonna feel the bubble move too much to the inside of the foot. And again, this prompts them to push back down and stabilize the body. So as you can see, I make this backswing, I load the body up, right? About 70% of my weight is on this right foot building against the air into the foam, right? And then as I transition, I'm going to be able to roll off that foam, push down into the ball of the foot and the big toe, into the arch, and that's going to assist me to move down into the golf swing towards impact. All right, so that's how that right foot's going to work. It's going to mush, right, big toes here. It's going to mush down through the arch and create a lot of energy to spring off of. In addition to that, my lead side is able to start moving and driving into that stable air and the arch of that foam, right? Again, that tapering. So a lot of times we'll see golfers who move too far this way or not enough lateral shift. So we want to feel that air pushing on the outstep of the foot as we do this. So as I get back into here, I've got the energy moving from the right, feeling the air move through, right? So again, I push down, air kicks out, assists that roll movement. And from here, again, I'm able to, now on the left foot, I'm able to do the same thing. I'm able to brace and stabilize and maintain that energy, right, in the arch of the foot. So this translates into a lot of things. This translates into assisting proper pivot, okay? I have to load my hip to be able to maintain that pressure in the right spot. I have to shift my weight and create ground force. These are all power generators and speed generators. As you can see how we're moving dynamically with the air and having that foam, right, build up to even further exemplify where that air needs to go. All right, so this really helps speed, consistency, right, and a feel. Everything is generated from the ground up. The lower body initiates the kinematic sequence of the swing, and these air feet are going to help that sequence properly start to take place based on how they're designed, how the air moves, and again, where specifically this foam is placed, right? We want to build pressure where we want to be pushing against where the foam is higher, right? Therefore, stabilizing and being on where the foam is not as high, right? Driving the air to the outstep, and that's going to roll the foot, right? So again, just to demonstrate, right foot, left foot, this, as I transition, I'm going to push down and through, right? Stabilize against this as I move into the downswing, and now I'm going to push up and through that lead foot. All right. In addition to this, there are short game pieces to this. So as I putt, right, so if this is my putter, I want to stabilize and feel like I'm gripping my toes into the ground and like the arches of my feet and my heels are gripping, right? So then from there, I want to maintain the air in those specific points as I create that balance, so we don't want to have any dynamic motion. In addition to that, when we're in the short game, we want to feel more pressure on the lead side, so again, we can feel that air really start to bubble in the lead foot and get a little bit lighter, right? Not as much pressure in that trail foot. So those are all going to assist different golf aspects. The foam, again, encouraging air and pressure to be in certain areas, dynamic motion, controlling the body throughout the swing, really unique pattern and feel that can really train golfers and assist with proper weight shift as they play golf, as they practice. And that's how the dynamic aspect paired with the foam in specific places for golfers can really assist this entire golf swing pattern.